Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 576 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined by the dynamic duo of Stephen Kyle Brackey and Singapore Ben Askren. He's still in Singapore. He's coming home right after the show. He somehow arranged his flight to perfectly coincide with FRL, which we appreciate.
Actually, it just happened that way, Christian. I was supposed to leave it. So it right now is, I think it's 10:15 p.m. I was supposed to leave at 11:30, and I said, hey, let me just push this back 15 minutes, leave the hotel at 11:45, and take my flight at 2 a.m. I'm golden.
You're golden. Are you tired? Are you fatigued? Is this going to be a low-energy Ben?
Usually this is my bedtime, actually, now the last couple nights. The first podcast I did was like the first day I got here, and I had slept all day, and I woke up just in time for the podcast, and I felt like crap. You know what I haven't meaning to talk to you about? I'm very far into The Wire now. I'm almost done with season 4, so it means I only have one season left. I love it. It's a great show.
Awesome, man. That's so good to hear. Yeah. Oh, I want to talk about The Wire. We just had an amazing weekend.
Let's talk about The Wire.
Yeah. So
listen, we got 3 days to talk about all the wrestling stuff because there's some really great news.
Yeah. Oh, there's some great news. I agree with that. Yeah. So all right.
Who's your favorite character in The Wire?
Okay, so I mean Omar's kind of an obvious, but I really liked Bodhi.
Omar.
I thought.
Bodhi, really?
Yeah, because I didn't like him in the beginning, and then as they kind of developed the character, I was like, this dude, I don't know, he's just so about that life. I just really like him. I don't know, I think he's cool. What about you?
Yeah. Omar's a good pick, obviously, and then Kima, she's pretty outstanding.
My cat is named Kima.
She's one of the more solid characters. After Kima from The Wire.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's classic. I love how it really makes you think about the good and the bad in everybody, because there's obviously some high up police chiefs, some politicians, city officials who are. Yeah, they're pretty well dirtbags, and then you have some drug dealers who, they seem like stand-up people, even though they're drug dealers.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the crux of the show. These systems and how there's you end up kind of empathizing and hating people on all sides of it. The person I probably dislike the strongest is coming in season 5. When they get into the newspaper. Oh, yeah. You don't even know this character yet. But this
is it a new person?
New person.
No.
You don't even know him yet. But I couldn't – Scott Templeton. He's like probably my least favorite character. Just a lion reporter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Rawls guy is he's a pretty hateable character.
He's hateable.
The police chief. He's not the police chief. He's high up, though.
Deputy Ops. Yeah. No, it's man, I'm glad you're seeing. You know what? I also really liked Frank Sabatka in season 2. He was a guy I didn't like originally, and then after I rewatched season 2, I was like, man,
really?
I was like, this guy, he's really just trying to create a life for in this dying industry, and he's making a lot of concessions and getting involved with the wrong people, but. I don't know. I felt like bottom line was he was a good dude. R.I.P.
He almost felt pity for him.
I felt very sorry for him. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, this is so great. What do you think about Marlo?
Marlo, he's very hateable right now, but he's getting to be over the course of the season more likable. So I don't know how likable he's going to be, as this season moves forward. But he was very hateable in the beginning.
I would say at no point does he become likable, but I feel like he is the coldest, most bottom line of all the gangsters. Like there's no other side to Marlo. There's just the one side. There's no dichotomy. Yeah. He is only Marlo, whereas like Avon and Stringer and Prop Joe and all others, maybe with the exception of Cheese. So hey, watch The Wire. It's amazing. I'm so glad you are.
I don't like Bubbles. I feel pitiful for your guy Bubbles, which is the line you used to use. Bubbles is just oh man. You want to
he's a disaster.
You want to love him, but you can't.
I really like Bubbles a lot. The end of his story is it's one of the I won't spoil it for you, But
yeah, don't spoil it for me.
I won't. We can, but we'll talk about Bubbles at the end of it all when we get there.
Okay.
He has one of my favorite lines of the whole freaking series. He has one of my favorites. So get ready for that. Okay, I did not expect it to go there, but I'm glad. I'm so glad that it did. What a weekend! And speaking of, Ali did the post. You come at the king, you best not miss, referring to Jordan Burroughs, which is a Wire reference as well. And man, we just got to start with that performance, the Saturday night matches, and Jordan Burroughs versus Zahid Valencia. I mean, I can't imagine a match delivering more than that one did. And for me, you just kind of run out of superlatives for Jordan Burroughs and his greatness. But no matter what, but in so many of these matches, he makes you really question. He's like, this is going to be the time. It's finally going to bite him. It's finally going to happen. And he just figures it out every single time. Ben, your initial thoughts on the Burroughs-Zahid match?
Yeah. Well, I have to say I know Kyle got the score correct. Good job, Kyle.
How about that? 8-5. Yeah, that's what we should have led the show with. Stephen Kalbracki said 8-5. Book it.
You know what? I actually, Tyler, if you want to go ahead and roll the tape, I brought a little something to brag on myself, because not only did I get that right, I got a little something else too. So go ahead and roll it.
Let's go.
I think Jesse Mendez too is gonna beat some college dudes.
You think so? Like some good college dudes, or just some like?
I'm not gonna predict him to beat Pat Glory, but it wouldn't surprise me
wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that would be something. But it wouldn't surprise me if he goes out and beats one of the maybe red shirts you were talking about, or maybe like a Brody Teskey or an Eric Barnett type guy. Like I'm really high on him and think that he will be ready to go right away.
But he's only a junior.
He's only a junior. Yeah, that's the thing, is he's got 2 more years of full high school seasons before he can even get on campus.
A few moments later.
Jordan Burroughs, Zahid Valencia, 185 pounds. I'll go quickly. Jordan Burroughs, 8-5.
Wow.
Whoa.
A great match. 8 second period points for Jordan Burroughs, and this one, 8-5 over Zahid Valencia.
Wow. The prophet, Kyle Bradkey.
So I got Mendez beat Teskey and Barnett in back-to-back matches.
Wrestle? How did you know that? How did you know he was going to wrestle?
I didn't.
He's a prophet.
Did you pay him to make the bracket?
Yeah. Well, they hit in the wrestlebacks. Conti semis and then third place match.
Saw that.
All
right, sorry.
About the Burroughs thing, I feel like I had a general feel of it. Yeah, so I said 4-3 Burroughs, and my statement when I called the match was that he would get the first 2 scores, a takedown and a push out, and Jordan would wear him down. I did not anticipate how fast Jordan wore him down. He wore him down very quickly, and I don't know if that's obviously part of the credit goes to Jordan for sure, but part of me was like, how did Zahid not come in shape to this match? I mean, he got really, really tired. I felt like if Jordan wanted to in that second period, he could have scored another takedown or 2.
I kind of look at it a little bit differently. I just think Jordan takes you to a place that very few people, and kind of my comment immediately after the match was that was 20 minutes of wrestling condensed down to 6. There were so many shots and exchanges in that small amount of time. Yeah. I think as hard a pace as Zahid is used to wrestling, it was just something completely different that Jordan took him to. I just don't think he had been in that place. So I came in I left the match thinking that Zahid was super, super prepared, and that it's just Jordan has just something special about him that we've talked about time and time again, and it's just so hard to go 6 minutes with this guy. And I think a little bit when it was, I forget what the score was exactly, but after Jordan got the takedown and it was like a 2 or 3 point lead, you could just feel like, how much is that in the back of Zahid's head? Like, I know what's coming. I know it's going to be really hard. There's got to be that factor as well. Like, I know Jordan is going to come, and he's got so much for me. And also, in the early goings, he didn't score points, but how many double legs that Zahid just ate and ate and ate? That takes a toll, too.
Yeah.
Like, he has had to stop so many attacks, and Zahid has never wrestled anyone like Jordan, ever, right? There's no one like him.
What do you mean? What do you mean? In the facet that he wrestles, the pace he wrestles at, or what do you mean exactly by that?
I mean the pace. I mean the savvy, the ability to adjust mid-match and make all the right decisions to figure them out by the second period. And that combination of speed and power, it's like you can talk yourself into, okay, my brother Anthony's got a good double leg.
I don't think the speed and the power was the determining factor, Christian. I really think that the pace was the determining factor.
Well, yeah, that's why I said it first. I think it was the pace. I think pace and adjustments too. I think he figured some things out. Because Zahid was able to hang out on his knees a bunch, and Jordan couldn't really capitalize early. Whereas normally you would see him shoot under guys or figure that out. But by the second period, he like had solved that technical issue, I guess you could say. I
think part of that solving was that Zahid was running out of energy, and he thought, I can give this one up because I have a 4-point lead or whatever it is. And then, but he couldn't give enough, right? Because he was just so out of energy. So obviously part of it was a technical adjustment, but Jordan's always great going side to side on the down bump, go behind, re-attacking the legs. Sometimes he goes headset single, sometimes he goes double. He's great there, and I think Zahid just slowed down, just enough where he couldn't really stop Jordan by the middle of the second period.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about your comment about Zahid and his shape, etc. It's because no matter how hard he trained, you can train for hours and do all the running and all the a long wrestling practice, but like there's just something different about that condensed 6 minutes where it's just such a furious pace, and no matter how much training goes into it, I think it's really hard to simulate how your body's going to hold up to that kind of a match.
Well, I don't know. So listen, I've wrestled a lot of 6-minute matches, and I know you're going to get tired, but I am saying watch the last minute of that match. Well, we put it on the screen. Watch how tired he gets. Like, he is so completely exhausted by minute 5 to 6. And listen, Jordan Burroughs gets credit for forcing him to wrestle at that pace, because usually, because of the ways that he wrestles, he's able to kind of hang it on his knees and spend some time there and not be forced to. But when you think about Jordan's other, really high-level matches like a Kyle Dake or a Sidikov, he hasn't really gassed those guys out. Maybe Chamizo, he's worn down a little bit, but none of those guys, what you would say, have gassed as bad as Zahid did. And those, and Jordan Burroughs would be the common denominator in all those matches, and you'd say of all those guys I just mentioned, I'd throw Isaiah Martinez in there also. Zahid was the most tired by far.
Yeah.
And you see how he couldn't even get off his knees that time?
Well,
because he was so tired. I mean, that was 5 to 6 to 5 at that point, or 5 to 5.
It was 5 up when he got that takedown.
Yeah. So I mean, if he could have got off his knees, he was going to get off his damn knees. Look how tired he is right now. And now Jordan knows he's winning. This is why I'm thinking, like, if Jordan's really aggressive here, he could have kept scoring. Well, there's another point. So I guess be right after this, where I think he could have kept scoring if he really, really wanted to.
Yeah, he was in.
Look how tired he is. Christian, look at the man.
Oh, he was tired. He was very. I mean, you could tell he was tired. Like, I think it was like 90 seconds to go. He was really slow getting back to center, and you knew it was big trouble at that point, because Jordan was only down by a little bit at that point. I mean, I think
this is where Jordan right now. If Jordan could score again right now, he would have scored.
Yes.
Like right in that sequence right there, if it's 5-5, Jordan's going to score. Period. And then when they go here again, like, Jordan's kind of hanging back. If he needs to score again at this point, if it's 5-5, he's going to go and get a score. He's kind of playing it safe. He doesn't need another one, but he could have scored if he really, really had to.
Yeah, like here, I think crunch time, maybe he finishes his single. But I thought it was a masterful performance from JB yet again. And
agreed.
I think the constant debate is going to be him or Dake, and can he win the Olympics and this. But listen, he's gassing out a 23-year-old kid who's all everything, just won a really tough international tournament. He's probably genuinely like 10 pounds bigger than Jordan, and he had nothing left for him. And I just think you can talk about his age all you want until I see with my eyes some level of regression from Jordan. With my eyes, some level of regression. Don't tell me how old he is.
Big plan, so he's getting younger now.
Listen, he has not been regressing at any point, right? And I think there's a narrative that he's on the way down. It's like, certainly, I guess you could say his best years are behind him. He's not gonna have another 9-year run the way he has, but at this point, he's as good as we've seen him.
Ooh, listen. I mean, he's world championship level, but as good as we've seen him, that would be obviously. There's no way we can prove or disprove this. This is an opinion statement, but I will take 2014, 15, that version of Jordan Burroughs over this one. Maybe 13 would be one of those years.
Yeah,
over this one.
I think 11 through. I would say 11 through 13 was probably his most. That was his. That's when he didn't lose any. 14.
11, he was a little bit raw and was making mistakes a little bit. The World Championship, he gave a lot of points. He was able to figure out a way to win. So maybe 12, 13. That was maybe the most dominant little stretch he had.
And even still, well, my thought is where there could be some physical regression, or maybe he's just a little bigger now with the day of weigh-in. That's a little tougher. I think he's just so much savvier than he used to be as well.
Yeah,
so I think it's kind of like,
for sure.
It's kind of like LeBron. He's probably not as freakish athletically, even though he is still ridiculous. But the way he's, playing chess out there and able to get more teammates involved, I think he's probably as good as he's ever been, or close to it. I would turn to our resident LeBron expert, Kyle Brackey, for confirmation.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's evolved his game. He's more of a distributor than like in Miami, where he would just like take over. He gets everyone involved now, and he still takes over when he wants to. But I agree.
Yeah. So it was an amazing match. Jordan is ridiculous and remains ridiculous, and you wonder, why. People ask, why would he take this challenge? Why would he do this? I think this is exactly what he was the exact kind of match he was hoping for. Really tough challenge, and man, he got it. And I mean, listen, there's the recency issue with Zahid's performance, where you're like, all we're kind of remembering is how tired he was, and he was just kind of giving up some points. Man, he looked incredible that first period. That duck and that the leg attack he finished, ridiculous. And Jordan was really not that close to scoring on Zahid in the first 3 to 3.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you got to give a lot of credit, because he was right there with Jordan, but he couldn't pass that final test of enduring the onslaught of Jordan Burroughs' attacks, which so few people can.
Agreed. So are you more excited to see him versus Dake or Taylor?
Well, I just don't think we're going to see the Taylor one.
So Dake.
I mean, it's just the stakes are
Dake.
It's Dake, right? I mean, it's gonna, because when we see it, we know what the stakes are gonna be, and we know I don't think JB and David hate each other or dislike each other. Even though Jordan destroyed him on Twitter with his disappearing Magic Man thing, but
that was good.
It was good. It was really good. A+ trash talk there, but. With Dake, the bad blood is so real, and it's for Olympic glory, right? That's just the stakes are ridiculous. But sign me up for Taylor versus Jordan. Don't think it's gonna happen.
That would be fun to see, but I'll agree with you. I think it's gonna be kind of tough to actually come to fruition. I'm not sure that it's actually gonna happen. Okay, where do you want to go next? So many
Before we move on, real quick stats from our man John Kozak. Since 2011, Jordan Burroughs has had 110 matches to go 6 minutes. And his scoring breakdown by periods: first period 284 points, second period 436.
Oh my gosh.
And then his first 100 matches on the senior level, he was 98-2. His next 100, he was 93-7.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, John Kozak. All right. I guess we can talk about some other matches on the card. I don't want to recap everything because, then we won't get to a lot of stuff.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about, the Etchemindia-Henderson match was obviously highly anticipated. And, I think we learned that Etchemindia is not quite there yet. There's an element of mystery.
Yeah.
And I think kind of showed that, one, we knew Henderson was really good and had a great shot at winning this match, but he was able to, by and large, shut Etchemindia down. He was not able to create. There was one exchange where he got around the body where it looked like he could score, but other than that, Henderson really dictated and controlled a lot of that. So Etchemindia, bright future, but he's not, and that was so close to 4, that 2 from Henderson. I think, I'm excited to watch Etchemindia in the college scene, but he's not someone that's going to be threatening for a spot on the national team anytime soon, based on that match.
Yeah, that was, there were some rumors coming out last summer, and I always said I didn't believe the hype. And this is kind of what he's good. He's really good. He's just not at the senior level going to beat Yanni or Zane or those guys yet. I mean, Evan Henderson is always, I won't say always, he's regularly like a top 5 guy. He's very competitive with the best guys. And I think Etchemindia is maybe just one step below that at this point.
Yeah, I agree. This was some pretty savvy scrambling from Etchemindia here off that attacking. You could see like the glimpses, like how quick he got to that leg was
insane.
That was like jarring. So he's got some pretty special stuff about him, but it's not quite.
Yeah.
It hasn't put it all together at this point. So
Agreed.
That was cool. I think Tyler Berger is going to be an issue at 70 kilograms once that weight comes back. Thought he looked. Sasso's really good, and I think we all favored Sasso. Berger coming into this.
I picked Berger.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, we said everyone picked Berger. Okay, good.
I picked Sasso.
He loves Sam. I do too. But I just think, for some of the reasons we saw, it's just Berger's really solid, and he's got some really nice wins in freestyle. So. But at 70 kilograms, I think he's going to be really interesting. Obviously, his former teammate, James Green, is going to be in the mix. There's a lot of good guys at 70, but I think he's someone that could enter that kind of Ryan Deacon sort of strata at 70 kilograms.
Oh, yeah. I agree totally. Because he had some pretty solid results up at 74, and that's definitely not what I would say is the right weight class for him.
Yeah, agreed. Reagan was dominant over Louise, which, continuing that trend. She teched her twice previously at Final X. Not a huge surprise there. It's going to be Allie versus Helen for the spot. You got to figure. It's going to be exciting to see how that plays out. And then Kayla Miracle continues to look impressive. Godinez impressed me in defeat. I think she's really tough and has a lot of skills. But Kayla... there's a reason she's been the lady for the spot and qualified the weight for the United States.
Yeah, Godinez is legit.
Yeah.
Miracle was 8th in the world last year, and Godinez was 10th.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, after she lost, she just came in the back, and I believe it was her sister who was with her, and they just wrestled for like the next hour.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, they were just scrapping the whole time just in the corner while everyone else was warming up the rest of the night.
What a beast.
Hey, so why did Alan Vera accept that match? Because that wasn't slightly competitive.
I don't know. I didn't think that would happen. I thought it was going to be more competitive. I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't know that was going to happen.
They weren't the same size, Christian. They definitely weren't the same size.
Well, we knew that, right? He had just.
We knew that going in, yeah.
Yeah, this is not a surprise. I just thought that maybe he would have a positional advantage, but no, it was not competitive. It was unfortunate that the match wasn't competitive at all, because I hoped it would be. And I think going in, most people were like genuinely curious. I think most people favored Hancock. I actually picked Vera, but most people with Sins, picked Hancock. But I don't think people thought it would go 8-0, 9-0 Tech like that, but it sure as heck did.
Yeah, and fast too.
Yeah, I was bummed about that. I was hoping for a competitive match, but it didn't happen. And then, unfortunately, Kyvan comes out, gets the first takedown, and then immediately gets hurt, and that match doesn't really materialize, unfortunately. So, wish Kyvan all the best. Hope he has a quick recovery. Doesn't mess anything up for Tokyo. I don't know the extent of the injury, what it is, what happened, but hopefully he'll be back in full effect because you don't want to see anyone get injured. Every time someone gets injured at these matches, Ben, I feel like I kind of freak out. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, what did we do? What happened? Like when kids were getting
you're responsible.
It's like, oh no. Like I have this like kind of panic, but it's just like, wait, it's wrestling and these things.
It's wrestling.
These things just happen, but I don't know why. So yeah, it was an amazing night. Very exciting evening of wrestling. With some pretty fun announcements on the card as well.
Yeah, tell us more about the Club Cup. I want to hear more about that. It was withheld from me. So let's hear about it. They're going to be, it's 6 teams. It's going to be 2 pools of 3, then 1 versus 1, or how are we going down here?
Yeah, so but it's funny you mentioned not you being. I kept it a secret. You've been in like Mexico and Singapore the last 2 weeks, so I don't want to feel like don't feel like I was really withholding.
Never know who I'm gonna tell.
Yeah. So RTC Cup. Right now it's looking like 6 teams. We're gonna have Cliff Keen Wrestling Club, Spartan Combat Wrestling Club, NJRTC, which is like kind of a hybrid with Southeast RTC, Minnesota Storm.
Combining?
Yeah. Wolfpack Wrestling Club.
I hate to pick up stuff.
Boo all you want. In the Ohio RTC.
It might be over the next decade or so to put these all-star team gimmicks in this for the duels. I don't like them one bit. Why are these senior level teams doing it? Like, hey, if you can't fill 6 spots, you don't deserve to be in the RTC Cup. How about that?
Yeah, I don't know.
How could the NJRTC not fill 6 spots?
Well, I think they're only picking up the only one they're picking up is James Green at 65 plus 3.
So we're allowed one pickup now per team?
Yes, I believe that's what they're doing.
I don't like it.
Well, thanks.
Awesome
Thanks
wrestling. Awesome wrestling sucks.
Yeah.
Listen, if we're going to call it the Club Cup, you guys can have whatever damn match. This is the same thing I say with the All-Star team thing. Like, if you want a lot of good matches, you can go to the Journeyman, you can go to Super 32, you can go to Fargo, you can get good matches whatever the hell you want. But if we're going to do a team thing, let's do a team thing. So let's not just say, like, we're going to do this team thing and then not actually have teams. We're just going to go try to get the best guys. That ain't a team, brother, man. Ain't a team.
Well, Spartan Combat's bringing a team. Cliff Keen's bringing a team. They're going to be the 2 favorites to win this thing. Looking like Vito, Yanni. Yeah, Vito, Yanni, Dake, Gabe Dean, Boykin, and I think Spartan Combat needs a heavyweight. And for Michigan, Cliff Keen, it could be Miocic, it could be Ragusin at 57, Pantelio, Massa, Amin. They need a 97, and they'll have Paris or
Kuhn
at heavyweight.
Or Hamida. I think he's there too.
Christian.
Yeah. Hi.
Part of my annoyance with this is obviously there's no college season going on. So the NJRTC is a combination of both Rutgers and Princeton. Mm-hmm. How do they not have one really good college guy between those 2 teams that can fill that spot?
Well, they might have Gloria at 57 for the NJRTC.
No. You said James Green. What's he? Is he at
Southeast RTC?
He's at 74 plus 3. No, I'm saying what weight class?
He's going to go 65 plus 3.
68? Can he do that? He can make. I guess that's only 150.
He's in the 150.
So why couldn't they get Matt Kolodnik? Right? He's pretty good. He's like 150 pounds, or maybe
he's on their roster.
National.
All right, let's move on.
Why is James Green on the roster? No, I'm upset. Why can't I be? Am I not allowed to have an opinion and be upset? I thought that's what I'm on here for.
It is. But if you're just gonna talk about poke holes in
the club, Christian, Christian, if it's called the Club freaking Cup, it should be the Club Cup. It should be their team. They shouldn't get to do pickups.
I don't think there's many teams that have 6 Olympic weights.
You could have the college guys fill them. That's part of the RTC.
Well, that's not possible for every. I mean, there's a whole team that was going to be in that can't be in because they can't use college athletes.
Yeah, some conferences are really handcuffing what guys can and can't do right now.
Like Cornell, they can, but other schools can't.
Well, I'm sure Princeton and Rutgers could be, and that's the team that's in question right now.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Okay. Listen, if I'm running the show, NJRTC, James Green's off your team. I'm not running the show, so I don't get to make that call.
Yeah. It'd be a shame if we had to watch Yanni and James Green wrestle. Huge bummer.
I mean, that makes for your weak-ass rules.
All right. All right, moving on. Let's talk U23s and juniors. I'm telling you what. AJ Ferrari can win the title this year. That's it. I'm saying it. He's ridiculous. Did you watch this guy?
He can.
He pieced up Elam. He guys are not. The only time people get in on AJ Ferrari's legs is when he slaps his thighs and basically hands his leg to these people. I had no idea he was this good because we hadn't really seen him in so long. But he's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Rocky Elam went 10-0 over Max Dean, 10-0 over Brett Favre, 10 over CJ Brucky, and 3-3 over David McFadden like 3 weeks ago. And now he has no answers, no response. The only point he got on AJ was basically given to him. Listen, he is on the level right now to go with 197 pounders. And I was not team AJ Ferrari going into this. I was team we'll see. I don't know. I haven't seen this guy wrestle. All right, forget it. I'm all the way in. He's ridiculous.
So you're calling him to be an NCAA champ this year?
No.
Who's ranked number 1? I'm going to look who's ranked number 1.
Noah Adams.
Noah Adams ranked number 1.
He's gonna beat Noah Adams.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, right.
he's on that short list, man. He's on the short list over our guy Ben Darmstadt.
He's on over Noah Adams for sure.
Yeah.
Well, but Darmstadt's out. He's Ivy.
Oh yeah. See, so now I'm less conflicted now.
We haven't talked about that.
Well, we need to talk about that.
Yeah.
When we're done here.
Yeah,
but
we need to talk about that. We
got to talk about Albert Ferrari. You got to talk about that because it's not just the offense. It's no one gets in on this guy.
He's got great discipline and great positioning. I agree. I can't find your flipping college rankings. It's making me crazy.
Yeah, it'll take you about an hour.
It's because the last updates were done.
Christian, you need to go in there in someone's office at Flow today when you leave this and just get those college, pin them to the top.
Andrew Spey yells about this all the time. I think at this point they're just trolling Andrew. It's unfortunate.
He should.
I just linked him in the doc.
His discipline. Okay, it's outstanding. I was actually thinking that we haven't had a really great crop of 97s in a while. It's kind of been a down weight class. And between Rocky Elam, Ferrari, and Braxton Amos all being freshmen this year, and they'll actually have 5 years because of the eligibility thing, it should be fun to watch these guys come through. And I don't know over the next couple of years who else is going to possibly add into that group. But all three of these guys they're really high level.
Yeah. And I don't know the first thing about AJ Ferrari's top game and bottom game in folk style, but I'm currently not caring much about that. And just
I think his top game was pretty solid in high school, but he was also wrestling kids way below his level that he was a lot stronger than. I mean, last time we really saw him wrestle a significant, like, high-level match was, like, Beast of the East 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was eye-opening, for real.
I didn't expect. I thought maybe he'll win. I mean, really, what kind of going into this, we were like, we'll see, right? We weren't saying, oh, he's going to win this. And actually, all we were talking about was how great Rocky Elam did at Senior Nationals and how I don't think any of us predicted this. And he had absolutely no response, no answers for Albert.
Man, actually, it was a good weekend for the whole Ferrari family. Angelo is way better than I thought he was. He took like third at juniors.
Yeah, he's good. Was it Angelo or Anthony?
I don't know. Whatever the one that's 145 pounds. That one. That Ferrari.
That would be Anthony. Then.
Yeah, it's Anthony. He's good.
Okay, that one.
Little fast twitch.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying now. I don't think AJ should say he would beat Gable Steveson, but I'm saying I can understand why AJ is feeling himself a little bit on the gram. Because he's.
Oh my goodness!
Hey, can we get Keegan O'Toole a tough match? What are we gonna do?
I'm looking at Noah Adams' performances. Noah Adams made the finals, but he lost to Tanner Sloan. Yeah, I'm picking Ferrari.
Yeah, Sloan's
would be wrong.
Sloan's really good.
Yeah. Keegan had a great weekend, huh? He kind of rolled everyone. It was really annoying because the very first round he got this other kid from my club who they've wrestled probably 15 times. It was so annoying. But yeah, he pretty much steamrolled everybody.
Yeah, I wish he went 74 because I think we would have seen him a little more challenged. I think that was a little bit tougher. But looking at who made the final.
74. How about that bracket? That was
kind of fell apart.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna go there. Well, who is this guy? I can't even remember his name right now. I never heard of the man.
Bernie Truex?
Traux?
I have no idea who that is.
Nor
do I know what the Central Coast RTC is.
Cal Poly. He
wrestled
Cal Poly last year.
Yeah.
He was it was 18 and 11, I think. But if you look at his losses, like pretty much all of them were to ranked guys. He really didn't take a bad loss last year.
Good for Cal Poly. But yeah, I mean, we had Facundo and Valencia in this. You probably think those will be the guys, but it's Bernie. How are we saying it?
I don't know how you pronounce it. Let me see if Cal Poly
has Truex?
See, it would be Traux if it was like AU, but it's UA.
Right.
Every
time I did box scores and I saw that name last year, I wanted to fix it. I was like, oh, that's wrong. And then I would like check. I did it like 4 times. I checked the roster, be like, no, that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, it was Cade DeVos and Bernie. We'll just call him Bernie for now. That's pretty rare name.
It's a good name.
Yeah. So but yeah, I mean, I would have loved to see Keegan up here, but he didn't look big. He looked like a 70 kilogram.
How about this on Bernie's Cal Poly page, bio page? It says he solved a Rubik's Cube in 45 seconds.
Oh snap!
Damn, Bernie.
Chill.
My
My son's done that. But he just takes the stickers off and puts them on.
Yeah, he cheated. I saw him do it.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
What a cheater.
So Jason Bryant says it's True Axe.
True Axe, like
True
NASCAR guy.
It's a good name. 70 had some tough guys though. I mean, Connor Brady is good. Mayor is good. McCoy, Ulray, Lucas Ravano. Those guys have all had really solid results over the last couple of years. So not probably the best weight class in juniors, but it was a solid weight class, and he made the guys so solid.
Yeah, Keegan will be an absolute factor. Is he going to go 57? That's how I take this. I know it was.
So. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hey, 65. Let's go there for a minute. So first of all, Josh Edmond almost lost first round to Joey Bianchi, a guy that my brother coached him mainly. He was down 2 points and he got an inside trip to Joey's back with 2 seconds left to win that match. Then the Andonian Alvarez match was. I thought there was a couple really bad calls in there. I thought the one time where Andonian kind of bear hugged him. And I thought it was very clear that he put him to his back, and then Alvarez rolled him through. I don't know if we have that clip, but I thought that was 4. I would have given it 4-2. 4 for Andonian, 2 for Alvarez, and they went straight 4 for Alvarez. I strongly disagreed with the call.
Yeah, I remember that exact exchange, and the way he rolled him through, it almost looked like it was Alvarez's throw, but I think I don't know. I thought that it was a 4-2 would have been more appropriate. But I also understood why they went with what they went. That match was crazy. It was 15-15 criteria win.
Yeah, and the thing about that is like, sure you can. I mean, with that exchange, you could say that Alvarez did roll it through nice and smoothly, which he absolutely did. I have no argument over that. But there was no way that you could say that that was the way he wanted to go down to his back. I mean, if he's going to do that throw like he wants to do it, he's going to have some arch to it. There's going to be some pop to it. And Donian freaking crunched him, and Alvarez was just, had the pop to roll him through once they got there, but he didn't make that happen.
Yeah, well, for sure, but Andonian wound up winning. He was in some. I mean, he's got a wild style. He's a fun guy to watch. He beat Ferrari 12-2 actually, which is a nice win for him. But Edmund was kind of the story here. He was excellent throughout, and he teched Andonian in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, and Andonian has the ability to go one way or the other very quickly. And, as he scores points, he has also the ability to lose points very quickly. Then on the backside, though, so Josh Saunders lost really early to a guy named Seabricht, who I'd never heard of. Had you guys heard of him before?
I know he goes to Iowa.
Yeah, vague. I knew he went to Iowa. That was pretty much it, yeah.
Is he the one from Montana?
No, he's an Iowa kid.
Is he the Lisbon one?
Yes,
okay.
He's Lisbon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, holy cow. I wasn't familiar with him.
I didn't know him, but then Saunders came a while to the backside. But then this is the whatever Ferrari it is, not AJ.
Anthony
beat Saunders. Yeah, Anthony beat him 7-3, which I was really impressed by because we were talking about how well Josh Saunders did at the Senior Open last December.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been really impressed with him. And then, I mean, Anthony Ferrari is only a junior in high school, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so that's a huge win by him. But yeah, this weight class was so loaded. You had Vujinovic in there, Jesse Vasquez. Man, so good. Then Anthony did kind of get a little bit lucky on the backside because he had a forfeit against Seabrick, and then he had another forfeit the next round, which pushed him all the way to the third place match. While Legend Lamer kind of came back. He came back from a long ways into that bracket. He won like 6 or 7 matches in a row, something like that.
Listen to these last couple matches for Lamer. Beats Jesse Vasquez 15-14. He beats Vujinovic 4-1. Sammy Alvarez 15-4 before losing to Ferrari. So it really puts Legend and Ferrari both in perspective.
I agree. Great performance.
Legend, another Cal Poly guy too.
Dang. Why did my parents name
my curiosity will be if Josh Edmund can make, and I'm assuming the answer is yes, but make 141 because obviously Mizzou's got Brock Muller at 149, so that that wouldn't be a nice place. He would want to slot in lower. Leith is going to have like the most eligibility ever. He's going to have like 9 years of eligibility.
But I think he's done.
He may still be there also.
He's done.
Oh really?
Yeah.
He's not going to wrestle.
Yeah, you can't.
Correct.
Okay. He's. Yeah, too many. I guess you weren't on the show, but Bracky read down. He put an Instagram post where he listed all his insane surgeries.
Yeah, it was Wednesday's show when you were traveling, I think.
Yeah. Which a lot of questions about your first class flight, Ben. A lot of people think you're maybe.
Why?
I don't know. I think they're feel like you're not a man of the people anymore.
You know what's crazy? They're not letting anyone in Singapore. So. I was literally the only person in business class.
Really?
On the Qatar Airlines flight. It was so weird. And so then the damn stewardess wouldn't leave me alone because I think they were bored because they had nothing to do because I was the only person up there. So they were harassing me every 5 minutes. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to go to sleep or read a book or whatever I'm trying to do. I'll be fine. If I need something, I'll holler.
Yeah. People were impressed.
All right. Yeah, I'm moving up in the world. Let me tell you, I've been in the back of the plane over here to Singapore before. And being in the front of the plane is a lot nicer. You can lay down, you can stretch out a little bit. It's pretty fantastic compared to being in the back.
Yeah, international travel, I think, is when it's worth, going going the extra mile for first class. I've only been upgraded to first class once, and it was a flight from Dallas to Austin, which is like literally 30 minutes, if that. So it wasn't that cool.
Well, this should segue right into another topic you need to tell us about, Christian, because you might be getting some first class miles. You probably should have written in the contract that when you go to cover the UWW events, of which there will be many, that you get a business class ticket.
You don't know that I don't. That could be explicitly outlined in there.
Okay,
It's
in the contract?
But it's not, no.
All right, smart move on your part.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're obviously insanely excited. If you haven't heard, Flow Sports has a 4-year agreement with United World Wrestling, where we will stream all the World Championships, Cadet, Junior, Senior, U23s, World Cup, Continentals, some Olympic qualifiers.
Everything.
Taking it to the beach.
Beach wrestling, take it to the sand. So a lot. Yeah, basically everything. So it's I mean, it's awesome, right?
Pretty exciting.
It's the pinnacle of the sport, the World Championships. And
are you guys going to pull like a UFC type move where, the UFC, because their main audience happens to be in America, they broadcast everything to the best of their ability at American times. That would really help me out. So I have to wake up in the middle of the night to watch the World Championships. Can you guys pull those strings or what?
I'm gonna say that's probably a non-starter, I would imagine.
Listen, Nanad. We're gonna call the start times here.
I don't know if we have that much pull, but you know what? We can always shoot our shot, or at least
the medal rounds are usually always had a good time.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of which was the worst.
I
feel like Cadet Worlds literally started at like midnight or something. In 2016 when they were in Tbilisi, that was brutal.
Well,
rough week.
That was a rough week.
The whole European time zone is usually roughly somewhere between 7 and 10 hours, right? If we're going Europe, like France, all the way over to say Russia, and so. If they do a 9 a.m. start, that's somewhere between either 11 and 2 a.m. for start for us in America.
Yeah. The time zones are a definite conflict, but you get something during the waking hours almost every time, even if you got to get up early for it. So very, very excited. We need to all update our passports and stuff. If you haven't, I don't know if Bracky has a passport.
I do.
Wow, Bracky has a passport.
It probably needs to be updated though.
Wow,
I think mine does too.
Nice. So are they going to allow you guys to promote these events also? Like maybe make some trailers and some packages to get us excited for certain things, or like what is the extent of what you guys get to do?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume we'd be able to do all that. The kind of energy we bring to a Final X or a big NCAA event is what we're planning on doing for United World Wrestling, and then some. I think for me, I'm excited to obviously cover it from the U.S. perspective, but also what kind of storytelling can we do with some of these international stars? That's really interesting and exciting to me, and kind of bringing the international flair to and storytelling to American wrestling fans, I think will be awesome. So, we just announced, 2 days ago, so we haven't fully vetted out what exactly it's going to look like. We have to get through the Olympics and all that, but yeah, we're going to hit the ground running. It's going to be big.
Nice. It's awesome. So you'd be getting a lot of. I mean, Christian, here's the deal. You go a couple times overseas, you're going to get some business class rewards. I would have to assume. So you're going to be living that business class life before too long.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm yet to travel international for this job yet, which is kind of strange. I was set to go to Uzbekistan, and in the 9th hour, they said, "No, you're not going. We're sending this guy. You stay here and work from America." Who knows? They didn't.
They only said Mark Bader. Mark Bader's an international specialist.
Bader has to go, but it was my buddy Ryan Blake that ended up getting selected to go for Tashkent.
Got it.
And then, I went to Worlds in Vegas, but that doesn't count, even though that is like a different planet.
Yes, this is the international travel.
not exactly. So yeah, I'm excited. Excited for that. Honestly, we're all for how many international events there are going to be. We're all going to have to get very accustomed to that. I know Spay, Mike have done a ton of it. Bader, obviously, but like JD,
there's a lot of events for you guys to cover.
Yeah, I mean, just think right there. Just
are you guys doing all the continental, Christian, like Oceania, for example?
Yeah, if they have it, we will do it.
Do you have to do it?
Well, we don't have to go. Like, we don't have to go to everything. Obviously, there's 95 events. It's not possible. But
would you have to send a production staff or what? Or do you get to pick and choose where you guys are going to?
I don't know if we would take a feed for something like that or not. I mean, we're just getting really technical, but we may not have to send personnel for that. I don't know.
I got the technical question. Well, if it's somewhere really fun on the beach, say it's in like, Sydney, Australia, you guys could just send me over there. I'll bring my wife and we'll do a vacation out of it. I'll go cover a few matches for you.
Glad to know you'd be available for the Australia trip. Maybe I'd be joining you too, because I'd like to go.
There you go.
Have you ever been to Australia?
I have not. One of my good friends who actually wrestled in Mizzou, he lives north of Sydney by an hour, and he's came to visit me frequently when I fought in Asia, but I've never made it to Australia. It's really, really far away.
You are right about that. It is not near. Okay. What is there anything else we want to get to with? We were hitting on juniors more specifically.
I got so much more junior stuff. I mean, we got distracted, but juniors and U23s. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff to talk about. Do we just want to start from the beginning so we don't just kind of go in order?
Yes, Genesis
from 57. So
sure.
I mean, I think that Kyle already brought up the most impressive thing at 57 was Jesse Mendez taking third place. Holy crap, that was impressive. Because there was a lot of the weight class was really deep. There was a lot of good college guys. He looked good all weekend. He beat Berwick. He beat Barnett. He beat Teskey. He did lose to Regisson shut him down, which Regisson's really, really high level.
He's just doing that.
But impressive performance from him. Yeah, Regisson's good.
Yeah, Mendez. I mean, there's a reason he's one of the more coveted recruits, and so young, still so good. He
still has 2 years of high school left.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
So crazy.
He did great. Teskey beating Ibarra is an interesting result there on the backside. But yeah, as you mentioned, Mendez takes out Barnett and Teskey back to back 6-0, 10-0 to get third.
Yeah, Barnett kind of went to the Wrestlebacks early because he got taken out of Lace by Certain, and then he actually got revenge on Noah Certain. He beat him in the blood round. So he kind of came a long ways back to place. But yeah, so then Mendez ended up beating Barnett, and then Ybarra beat Barnett for fifth place.
Yes. Mendez was a story there. 61, Ridge Lovett. I think he was probably on paper the favorite here.
I picked a lot of good results this weekend, Brecky. You were the kind of the oracle, but I had some good calls also.
Yeah, actually, I sent Tyler the screenshot yesterday. I don't know if he has it loaded up ready to go. You actually went a perfect 7-0 on the Burroughs-Zahid card pick'em. You were the only one.
Oh yeah.
What a beast.
Nice. Give me the push-ups, boys.
How about this? Everyone else went 5-2, I believe, and even Tyler sent me his picks.
Really?
Yeah.
Tyler's so into it.
He's getting into it. Here it is.
He freaking loves wrestling.
So Bray went 6-1.
Bray went 6-1.
Everyone else 5-2.
Tyler went Gadsden.
So the only two of us picked Henderson, and I bet the other one was what? Berger Sasso? Oh, you were the only one who picked Sasso. Wow. Interesting. Everyone picked Burroughs. Wow, I thought someone would go at 11 picks Zahid.
Come on.
Interesting.
I don't want to be on that limb. Okay, so you picked Lovett. That wasn't the hottest weight in these streets, but he's fantastic international styles. 65, we talked about
he's good.
length already with Edmund winning there. And yeah, as you mentioned, if he can be a 41-pounder, that's going to be huge for their lineup because he's clearly good to go.
They're starting to look a little promising with, Edmund and Keegan looking so good. And then Mahler obviously won U23s, which we'll talk about. And then Rocky Elam's looking really good, as is Zach Elam. So they're starting to get firepower built up.
And who's going to be their 25? Will it be Connor Brown, our guy CB?
No, I think Noah's certain.
They have like 1,025,000. I did.
They do.
I think their like lineup look. They had like 4 guys that started duels for them last year, and all 4 like ended with winning records and double-digit wins. So they have a lot of options at 25.
Yes.
Is Colby Smith still there?
Yeah.
What?
But he can't make 25 though. I don't think.
Yeah, I know. But he'll probably be there 33, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Recky, what does it say on the look?
Colby Smith has not been there.
What?
He's not in Missouri?
He hasn't been there.
Colby Smith was at 125 a couple years ago.
Yeah, he wrestled literally for last year for Lindenwood. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
I didn't know he was at Ben, did you know he was at Lindenwood?
I thought you were joking.
Like
that's why I laughed as soon as you said that.
All right, so Ben and I both didn't know. So we're not.
Yeah, Missouri's been rotating through some 25 and 33s. Maybe Alan Hart. Is Alan Hart still there?
Oh yeah.
But no, Matt Schmidt's gonna probably be at 33.
That's right.
Oh, that's who's gonna be. It's gonna be Matt Schmidt. Yep.
And they have Connor Brown listed up at 33 as well, along with Alan Hart. They do have Edmund listed at 41 for what it's worth, Ben.
That's positive.
Go up.
So yeah.
Yep, they have a Precious on.
So then with Keegan going. Yes, they do. With Keegan going in at 57, it's gonna be a dogfight because then you're gonna have JQs, Mako, Kent, Rashka. You got a bunch of guys there. They're not gonna have enough. But someone's gonna be on the bench up there. There's someone else good that I'm forgetting about that's in there in that mix. I'm blanking on who.
All right, Tiger Style's gonna be good. All right,
next.
Baby. 70. We already talked about Keegan.
We talked about 70.
Path.
We talked about 74.
We did.
Right? You want any more words on that?
I don't have any other words on 74 that weren't already said. Michael O'Malley takes out Patrick Kennedy. That's a nice result there for
that
O'Malley.
Was
and RTC took out some Hawks. Kolioko took out DeSanto. O'Malley took out Kennedy.
We're skipping all the U23s? We're skipping all the U23s already?
I'm not skipping. It happened in the same building.
No,
it's not like
I brought it up because O'Malley's part of Penn RTC.
Oh, Penn RTC. Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
nice.
It was kind of weird. He had like the double overs, and Kennedy was kind of on his knees, and he just kind of whipped him over. But man, O'Malley's tough. He's ranked like 17th at 174 right now. He qualified for NCAAs last year, so no slouch there whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yep. So I like Kennedy. Yeah. I think it was interesting to see him at 79 because it's been a long discussed thing. Is he a 65? Is he a 74? Is he? I mean,
not a 65.
Not a 65.
I've been on that train.
You have been adamant that he's not a 65. Not even if there's a fire.
I don't think so, man.
Okay. Joel Shapiro wins for Cyclone RTC. He looked really good.
He looked trim.
I like Shapiro.
He was a nice 7-pounder last year, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Kekheisen made the semis. Dude, he lost a crazy one.
Yeah. He gave him a few too many points. I was thinking he could win this one, so I was kind of disappointed when he didn't. But he took third, so solid performance.
Yeah, he's good.
92 is the weight class, and we already talked about Ferrari, but that was a pretty solid weight class, kind of all the way through. But Ferrari just ran the table on everybody.
Yeah, we already talked about that. I mean, I like Janzer for Rutgers. I think he's going to be really tough for them next year. I like watching him. Hopefully we have a season to watch.
Yes.
97.
97. Where's all the 97 pounders at? They freaking 97 kilogrammers. only 4 of them, Christian. Damn, round robin U20s, that's a joke.
How did that happen? I guess every true.
I don't know where these dudes at.
Where are they at? I have no idea. Nick Soto, Chattanooga Strong, got 4th.
Nice to see him putting on the weight
and be younger than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about. I don't know why no one entered. One time, the only people to enter 97 kilogram World Team Trials, Junior Trials, were Kyle Snyder and Nate Rodert. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, no one entered.
That was a thing?
It's like 2014.
What?
I think no one entered but Rodert and Snyder. Maybe Rodert beat one guy.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. That there were either 1 or 2 people in that bracket.
Like an anomaly.
Well, they knew wrestling Kyle Snyder wasn't a good idea.
It's not a good idea. I wouldn't recommend it. World Team Trials. I'm gonna look it up. Y'all keep it moving.
I forget who it was a few years ago on the Greco side of things. Taylor Lamont requested a special wrestle off with somebody because and the guy just was like, "No, you can have it."
That's cool, man.
Because Taylor was gonna win.
Don't worry about it, bro.
Yeah.
For real?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely happened.
Wow. Okay, you guys want to bump up to U23?
Is it? Yes. Let's do that.
Kyle, you called this one Adesawov, or however you say his name. He beat Patrick Glory, Raymond Foley, and then Danny Vega to win the title.
That's a run there, boy.
Yeah, I think it was actually Bray that was more on him than me, but we knew he was obviously really freestyle savvy, being a Russian, and his folk style results aren't bad, but when you're coming over here and trying to learn the style for the first time, it's gonna be tough. But yeah, he looked awesome this weekend. Beating
Glory and Foley back to back is pretty. Is extremely impressive. He was down, I'm pretty sure, late to Glory. I'm pretty sure Glory had the lead, and he came back on him. And then I didn't get to see his match against Foley. But yeah, they've got. Yeah. He's going to be pretty salty for them.
Paul Bianchi beat Foley and Glory on the backside both in a row also.
Yeah, that's very real impressive showing by the Little Rock. Wait, what are the Little Rocks? What are they?
Trojans.
Got it.
Trojans.
Arkansas.
What are the Little Rocks? That's funny. So how about what do you want to talk about? Mitch, what?
It was just funny. You were like, you got a kick out of yourself. Yeah.
Mitch McKee running through everyone, or DeSanto getting upset by Kolioka? What do you want to discuss?
Well, look, we can start with the DeSanto. I mean, McKee's. I think he was a solid favorite coming into this.
He's put hammer on him.
Yeah, he's really good at international styles. But I was sort of interested after he lost to Muir, and I was like, well, we'll see. But no, he ran through this bracket, and yeah, the DeSanto loss. I mean, it's sort of a similar thing, just lack of freestyle awareness, kind of draping, and he gave up a lot of points, just draped over the top. I'm pretty sure he gave
six in this match.
Yeah, I mean
he got thrown for 4 and then thrown for 2.
Yeah, and it's the one thing where you want to fight off giving up points, but if you just turn down and give up the 2, you're gonna be in such better shape there. It's a difference of 2 points versus 4 if you just bail out. So just some adjustments he needs to make technically. He's just holding in positions that really never end well in freestyle.
Yeah, he was up 2-0 with under 2 minutes to go and then gave up 8 of the last 11 points. And then he drops down and only scores a step out on Ian Parker in the 3rd place match.
Yeah, I watched that match. Parker kind of really shut him down.
Yeah, that's what is surprising to me is, I mean, you can turn freestyle into a takedown battle, and I think Austin DeSanto should be really good at that. He seems to be struggling in some positions,
especially with the pressure, right, Kyle, that he puts on him. I mean, he should be able to pressure guys to the edge because he's so strong with the forward pressure folk style, but he wasn't really able to do that. He pushed Kolioka around a little bit, but not that much.
Yeah, I didn't even see that same forward pressure we usually see out of DeSanto. He seemed more laid back, picking and choosing his spots, which surprised me because I mean, he usually pushes guys around folk style, Matt. You do that in freestyle, you get points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
absolutely.
Is it an adjustment thing or, maybe just in a little bit of a funk, but it didn't look like the same exact guy. But again, it's, freestyle and it's not the D1 season yet, and maybe there's just a comfort level that he has with folk style that he doesn't have in freestyle. And you know what, he was a couple minutes away from taking out Kolioko, and then when things started to spiral out of control in that match, he didn't have the consistent offense to get it back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ian Parker looked good. A lot of people have been talking about how impressive he was this weekend. I think he's really tough.
Didn't he beat Chad Red at the Senior Open also?
Yeah, he had a good showing at the Senior Open.
Or was that a different Iowa State guy?
No, he did.
Yeah, he did.
First
he
round,
almost
right?
He almost beat Evan Henderson. I remember calling that match, I think, in the round of 16, maybe. It was like 6-4, and he was leading late on criteria. So, yeah, I mean, he's had a great summer, fall. I don't know what you call this.
Yeah.
Everyone just says he's just like one of the hardest, most hardworking, hard-nosed guys in that room. They really like Ian Parker a lot there. So not surprised to see him continuing to improve there at Iowa State.
Parker actually beat, now that I'm thinking about it, he actually beat DeSanto when DeSanto was at Drexel.
You're right.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. It was DeSanto's first college loss. It was a duel, yeah.
Really?
Yep, that's right. Good point.
Wow.
Steve. All right, that was 61, which was loaded. My gosh. McKee, Kolioko, Ian Parker, DeSanto, Kramer, Philippi, Matten, Colin Girardi. That's a...
Do you think McKee can make 61 for real? Because they got weight on this one, right?
I don't know,
Plus
man.
2 kilos, I believe.
33 was just not... I mean, maybe long term he can. I don't know. I think he should consider it. I mean, he was a 33 for a couple of years there and then went up.
Yeah.
And he was a 33 on, that's hour weigh in, 2 hour weigh in. So it's not unthinkable. And I think it's probably his best spot, but it's gonna take some doing. It won't be easily accomplished there for him. Harold Brock Mahler, your winner here. He takes out Murin and then Dom Demas, 8-1.
Yeah, 65. He looked really good against Demas. Very solid.
I mean, his forward was really nice. He looked good. He's tough. I would have probably picked Demas to win this. I don't think I've made an official prediction or anything, but he had no answers for Mahler.
Nothing.
You got to be pretty pleased if you're an Iowa fan too, seeing Murin go toe-to-toe with Mahler like that. He was actually winning on criteria until like 15, 20 seconds left. But Mahler's third or fourth ranked guy at 149. So I think he's going to be just fine up there this year.
He's going to be great at 49. He'll be a top 5 threat at 149 in my opinion. He's good. And I think the weight will actually suit him a little better personally. So I think he's pretty big. So yeah, good job by Mahler, and as continuing kind of the theme of a strong showing from Tiger style. Will Luan takes out Caleb Young in the finals. That was a really close match. Luan had to kind of dig deep late there.
I didn't watch that one actually.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good match. You probably favor Luan going into that with his freestyle experience.
Yeah, he's always been a guy that freestyle seemed to suit him a little bit better. Cadet world champ.
Yes.
Won a bunch of Fargo titles. So yeah, not surprising that he flipped the script from the folk style result with Caleb Young.
Wick runs through it. He was a pretty big favorite here when you think about how well he's done just at the senior
The teamer match was kind of wild, Christian.
That's how Teamer likes it. He wrestles crazy matches. He has a crazy style. His win. Who did he have that crazy last second win over?
There was a couple of U20s last year.
Winsel. He got that late 4 against Jake Winsel. Yes.
He almost got a late 4 on Wick as time ran out. Wick was able to belly down, and a 4 would have won it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Teamer's a wild card. Seeing him up at 74 plus 2 makes me wonder if he's his 57 days are done. That's
74 plus 2. Jeez Louise.
That's like 167.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
So maybe he's looking at 65.
Definitely possible. McFadden looked really good at 79. That's next weight. He won relatively easy. There was not really anyone who was all that competitive with him.
Yeah, I felt like, I don't know, I kind of maybe a slightly different view. I mean, he was certainly better than Nelson, but I felt like every time Nelson was like almost getting something going, and you could kind of feel Nelson would like overexert or get a little too aggressive and give up kind of an easy 2, and then it would extend. Because there were a couple times where I was like, all right, maybe he can get himself back into it. But to your point, McFadden was just better. I remain impressed with Nelson Brands.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. He beats Muhammad McBride in the semis, who was 5th at U23 Worlds and is training at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs right now. And then I was impressed the way he hung in there and was able to hand fight, and he scored offensive points on McFadden. McFadden was top 6 guy up at 86 at Senior Nationals, and tech Taylor Lujan, who then would go on to get 2nd in our 8-man bracket.
Yeah.
So
McFadden did?
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Impressive.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's just a little more momentum for Nelson, and he's not going to be a full size 84, I don't think, if he goes there, but he still might just be the guy there. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
So man, a lot of Hawkeye action in this one. And then 86, Taylor Lujan kind of runs through this. Does he tech or pin his way through this tournament? I'm pretty sure that he did. Confirmed.
I think so.
He went tech,
confirmed,
pinfall, tech. So yeah, he's really
starting
really
to
good.
feel it.
Yep, but good job by Max Lyon. Cam Caffey getting 3rd. That is he's one of my children, and I'm proud of him for getting 2nd. And who else? Stanley Smeltzer. Shout out Hokies. Getting top 5 here, a pretty tough weight. 92.
Yeah. Rashka, first time back on the mat in 2.5 years.
Yeah, this is his first time in action since you had him like clear and brush on your property or something, right?
Well, he had 2.5 years out. He is my number 1 landscaper, I'll say. Much better than all the other people.
Yes.
Way he knows how to work all the tools. If I break anything, he knows how to fix it. I mean, he's outstanding at that stuff.
Wow. Sounds very handy. 92 was loaded.
Yeah.
It was an amazing weight. And Jacob Woodley takes out Jacob Warner. 6'4".
Sure
Warner comes out with a
fixing machines anymore.
I don't. I've never fixed a machine in my life, so I just don't have much. I don't have anything to say. But I don't know what. No. What machines have you fixed, Ben?
Well, yeah, I can do the little stuff like say a weed whacker, if I break a weed whacker, or you used to have the little pull lawn mowers. Back in the day, I had one of those. I'd not fix that a little bit. I'm actually quite a bit handy now. Not nearly as good as Jacob. If Jacob's there, I'm like, hey, bro, I broke something. I need some help. But if I'm by myself, I can usually figure it out.
All right, well, that's good. I mean, I can start those items, but if things go wrong, it's
negative handy.
Yeah, it's over. It's a wrap. My dad's handy, but it wasn't bestowed upon me, so whatever.
Dang.
So Warner's up 4-0, and you think, all right, he's probably going to win this. And then Woodley just finds a way, comes back, beats him 6-4. And Warner had a good showing. I thought him beating Bonacorsi 9-3 was impressive. 11-0 over Traxler.
Yep.
This is a tough weight class.
Yeah, doesn't Woodley always beat Jacob Warner? He's beat him a few times now, correct?
They split their redshirt year. Those are the only other previous meetings I know of the two, but they hadn't wrestled since their redshirt year. But yeah, they'd split there.
Really?
And I mean, Warner wrestled 4 matches, 3 of them against top 15 guys at 197. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Woodley's had 2 huge wins because he beat J.I.L.O., who beat Warner at Midlands last year.
Yeah.
So that was a big win for Woodley as well. Aiello beat Cordell Norfleet, who's one of my faves. But I thought Norfleet could make a deep run. He got 5th.
Norfleet had good matches with Colin Moore last year, right? There was a couple that were competitive.
Yes, he did. He had it at the duel at Ohio State was really really
CKLV too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was close as well.
Christian, gun to your head right now. Gun to your head.
Snap.
Right now. Match happens.
That's high stakes.
Are you picking Jacob Warner or Albert Ferrari?
Albert.
Ooh.
Really?
You just put a gun to my head.
Very definitive. You did not pause. That was definitive.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Probably would too.
Okay. How about Steve?
I'd probably take Albert Ferrari as well.
It's total recency bias. I understand it. Listen, but
wow.
Listen, he just beat Rocky Elam. Look at what Rocky Elam did less than a month ago. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
I could be wrong. Hopefully we find out. That'll be the best part. I like Jacob Warner a lot, but look at the progression.
Well, we will. That should be the matchup.
Well, we should.
This year, right? At the duel.
Yeah, it should be the match.
If we get it.
Knock on.
You guys are being really negative this morning, and listen, I'm not happy with your negativity. Take that somewhere else.
No, I fully believe there will be a season. I just don't know if Big Ten is going to let teams wrestle out of conference until like NCAAs.
Okay, got it.
All right,
Christian, what do you got to say? You're really negative.
I'm an optimist. I'm an optimist. But I do think they're going to limit the matches and where teams can go. But as far as out of conference, that's the biggest question. And right now I think it'll happen, but there's a chance it doesn't. It's just all conference stuff, and then just make our way to conferences and NCAAs. Our man Yusuf Hamida got it done. Took out Cassiope 8-7. Cassiope took out Wood, which is a really nice win for him. He beat Grimmel 11-0 and then Wood 2-0 before losing a really close one to Hamida, who I thought looked great.
Yeah, that's man, doesn't that say a lot about what happened? Was that a month and a half ago?
What are you talking
with
about?
Kirklevet and Kirklevet and Hamida? It wasn't competitive
at all.
And Cassiope was he was the number 3 ranked guy in the NCAA last year.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's Gable Dan and it's Gregory Daniel for the heavyweight spot, in my opinion.
It's Gable Dan, Gregory Dan.
Wait.
Gregory Dan.
Gable's middle name is not Dan, is it?
Yeah, I believe it is.
I don't know.
You joking?
I'm pretty sure his name is Gable Dan.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure that's his middle name.
You are full of crap. Give me a break.
Maybe I made it up, but I'm pretty sure I'm right here. I could be wrong.
What if you just made it up?
Yeah, it's Gable Dan.
His name's Gable Dan Stevenson. Yes.
Oh my! His dad is a practical joker right there.
That's an awesome name. What are you talking about?
So his dad was a wrestler then, right?
It's pretty widely known he's named after Dan Gable. I'm pretty sure.
What do you think? He just happened to be named Gable and wrestled?
And I'm pretty sure that Bobby is named after Bobby Douglas.
Gable. Really?
Yes.
So Mr. Stevenson, the father, was obviously a pretty good wrestler at some point.
I don't know his credentials, but it sounds like he was a big wrestling fan, at least.
I know his credentials at having sons that are good at wrestling is pretty stellar. Yeah, Gable Dan versus is Kirkfleet Gregory Daniel or Daniel Gregory?
I think Daniel Gregory. Well, we're going to go Gregory Dan versus Gable Dan.
And Gable Dan versus Dan Greg. That's good. Listen, Paris is there also, not to be forgotten. But, you think Paris goes 10-0 over Hamida? He might. He kind of pins RA. So, yeah. Who knows? But
Cody Arnold, who's a big Minnesota guy in the Facebook chat, said Gable's mom is the one who picked the name.
Wow. How's that for a curveball?
Wait. Gable's mom is a wrestler now?
Well, I don't think you have to be a wrestler to give wrestler names, Ben. But, yes, she could be.
Split the dog. You ain't gonna name your son after Dan Gable, call him Gable Dan, unless you got some pretty deep roots in the wrestling community.
You might have been named after, Benjamin Franklin, but that doesn't mean your dad was an inventor.
I don't think that was the case, and that's pretty much more specific. It's like how much more. What do you think the percentage difference is in regular kids, say, born from the year 2002 to 2012, named Kale, in the wrestling community versus the regular community?
99%, I would say.
Yes, way more.
Are wrestling inspired. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the wrestling ones, it's Cael.
Yeah. There is Cale Davidson. He spells it Cale, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went through all the. I don't know how we got there, but we certainly were. Gannon Grimmel beat Jordan Wood? Who authorized that?
Oh.
What the heck? Oh wait, it was injury default. That makes sense. So Jordan Wood authorized it.
Doesn't count.
It was a 2-second default or something. So okay, makes more sense. Good job by G Grimm. All right, that's U23s. That was juniors.
Good, G Grimm.
I don't know what else there is to discuss on those other than it was great. You did a kind of a breakdown of the Hawkeye performance, Steve.
Yeah, they had, I think, 5 finalists across both divisions, but couldn't bring home a title. And half their starting lineup was there, with some really nice, blue chip recruits like Ybarra. Colin Shriver wrestled just one match. He won by tech, but didn't wrestle again. And I didn't notice anything right away, like when you watch the match, but he obviously got banged up there. I think the thing that stood out to me is, man, their depth is crazy. They had 3 U23 weights where they had multiple guys placed at the weight.
Man.
So they're Happel placed at 65 along with Murin. Costello placed at heavyweight along with Cassiope. I'm blanking on the other one right
Glazier
now.
And
they were juniors.
Oh, okay.
Glazier's
still a junior?
He wrestled juniors, yeah.
Man.
So it
maybe he lied on the first certificate.
So worth it.
I'm not starting that. Miles Wilson plays at 79 along with Nelson Brands.
Nice.
But I mean, pretty solid weekend, honestly, for the Hawkeyes. I know you obviously wish you could have finished them off there with titles, but nothing that is alarming, going into the season, in my opinion.
For sure. And we've seen Ironman consistently. We know what Spencer brings to the table.
Right. You know what Kimmer's going to bring. I know lost time again, Marinelli gave James Green all he wanted.
That was, yeah. I don't know if we talked at length about that yet. I think we did when it happened.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did. The days are all running together a little bit. Okay. Do we want to go? 150. We'll see if Ben hates this too. But we got Bajrang and Bryce Meredith in the 150, rounding out that field.
Why do I hate Bajrang?
Huh?
Bryce Meredith's like a paid assassin. So, listen, this man, they brought him in. Listen, these guys don't hire Bryce Meredith thinking that they want their guy to lose. But, he beat up on Bo Bartlett. Then he beat up on
DeSanto.
Who he beat up on? DeSanto?
Yeah.
Beat up on DeSanto. Now he's got Seth Gross in a week, and then he's got the 8-man tournament. So, if he goes like 6-0 in the last 3 months, that would be really impressive on his part.
Yeah, if he wins the 150 bracket, that would be as big an upset as we've had in quite some time, because
he's on fire right now, and I love how many matches he's taken.
Yeah, he's in these streets.
Seriously.
Yeah. Bryce Meredith's awesome, but yeah, getting Bajrang obviously adds an incredible element to this. As he's so elite, he's really popular. He's one of the few true international stars, in my opinion, that is like on that kind of Chimizo, Bajrang. I mean, Sajalaev's in a strata all his own for different reasons. Like, he's got like the personality too. So people really like Bajrang. Yeah. We love him. We're pumped. He really wanted to be in this. It was kind of a waiting game with if UWW was going to have Worlds and stuff, and he might have had to do that, but he really wanted to be in this, so we're so pumped.
Well, I heard he's getting married in 2 weeks, too.
Is he? I hope that goes better than Sinikov's wedding. This could go one of two ways. Listen, most marriages are fine. At least the weddings go okay. He should have that honeymoon phase. Man. Well, why don't we just, let's not be so jaded. Why don't we just congratulate the guy on getting engaged and getting married? That's to be celebrated.
Absolutely. I believe it's to one of the women's freestyle wrestlers.
Yeah, she's a female wrestler.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They're going to have beastly children. So looking at this, I mean, who's your favorite looking at this? I think the short list is J.O. Green and Bajrang to win it. Where do you lean?
I would go Bajrang. I would consider picking James Green, but man, 150 pounds seems really small for him. And we know, obviously, when he made 145 in 2016, and he wasn't competitive at that weight class. Like, you weren't seeing the real James Green. The performance wasn't the same. So I think the weight class is going to be hard because also when he was at 145 in 2016, that was still day before weigh-ins. And you guys are going to weigh in like 3 hours before. I think that's going to be pretty difficult for him to overcome.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a challenge, 150 for him, but 3-hour weigh-in, day of. To me, it's hard to not remember the last, I know J.O. had the match against Nolf. I don't think he's wrestled beyond that in COVID, has he?
Not that I can remember.
So he had that match, but then before that, we saw him at Senior Nationals about a year ago, and just how amazing he looked then. If he's like that. But then again, he lost to Bajrang after that performance, right? If I'm remembering correctly, he lost to Bajrang.
Yes, at Mateo Peloton.
Right, in a crazy match. Yes, that happened.
Yeah.
So I think it probably is Bajrang's the favorite. International travel, is that a factor? I don't know. The guy's probably used to traveling and training. I think he's going to be training extensively in the United States, is at least what I heard. But yeah, I'm looking forward to us, putting our heads together and figuring out this bracket. I think it's going to be great. The 195 was fun, but I think this is really taking it to another level. And with $60,000 plus on the line, definitely adds an additional element here. So
these guys known for talking a little bit more too.
Oh yeah, Ashnall, J.O.,
James Green.
So you're gonna pick the bracket then, or what? We try that one more time?
No, we're gonna make it.
Damn it!
Sorry, Ben.
Who's making it? You, Racky?
It'll be a team.
Just me, solely me.
Maybe Sion.
There you go.
No. So we're gonna do it. Do you want to get some? Man, it's 9:44. Could it be no questions today? I think no question because Ben.
We do not have time for questions. I have a flight to catch. My ride is already here to take me to the airport.
Well done.
I'm happy I got to be on this show. I'll miss tomorrow, and then next week we're only doing one show leading into Thanksgiving.
Yes, Turkey Day. So yeah. Well, thank you, Ben, for joining us. I'm glad it worked out. Safe travels to Ben Askren as he is leaving the land of Singapore, returning to Wisconsin. Safe travels. We'll be back tomorrow. Ben will be flying somewhere. Who knows where he'll be. Thanks so much for listening.
Maybe get Davey Bravey on the show.
Maybe get the Bravey train back on. That'll be fun. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday. That's Taco Wednesday for us here at Flow HQ. Thanks so much for watching this weekend. Really gets me jacked how excited you guys are to watch wrestling because we are so excited to watch it as well. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a good Tuesday. See ya.